Hello and welcome to 600 Seconds with Sam. I'm here today with Tosca Lahiri from Wicked Spider, who'd like to get her message across with me today. Hello Tosca.
Hi Sam.
Hi, nice to see you.
You too.
I'm going to dive straight in and ask you that good old question, how did you get here?
Well, it's been a bit of a long journey, but now in the last few years everything's slotted into place and it sort of seems perfect. I was working in my 20s for a national charity. Well, actually they're international, but I was working for them in Birmingham. And I thought then I went training with them and I was in Kent, and I thought well, this is going to be the career for life. It was more of a vocation than a sort of career at the time. So I was doing that, quite happily doing that, and something happened that sort of made me stop doing that. I did a lot of sport. I was doing hockey, badminton, anything really, and then judo. And I sort of had a judo accident, ended up having a spinal cord injury in my neck. Had an operation and rehabilitation and all that stuff. And I sort of realised that actually I can't do this job that I was doing, because it sort of involved moving jumble bags and tables and standing on the streets, and it wasn't labour intensive like working on a building site, but there's quite a lot of manual labour going on, so I couldn't do that. So I thought, right, what am I going to do now? And at the time I was thinking, well, I read a lot, I hadn't gone to university, I enjoyed it, let's go to university and do English.
Mm-hmm.
So I did an English degree, and I concentrated more on the language side of the degree. I had to do a bit of Shakespeare and all that kind of stuff, but I preferred like the linguistics and the stylistics and the grammar and how the sentences are all put together and that type of thing. After 2 years I thought, well, okay, I don't want to be a teacher. I don't really want to be a writer as a profession at that stage. What shall I do? So they were recruiting from Birmingham University to convert arts and humanities students. There was a skill shortage. This was just before the internet took off. And they were looking to convert people into computer scientists, web designers. And I thought, well, okay, I do a lot of research in everything I do. So I researched what that job might entail and sort of looked at what I was good at. And I thought, actually, this might be quite a good one, because it's very creative. There's all this visual stuff, colours and layout and typography. Very creative, but it's also very logical, very attention to detail. I thought, okay, this one might work. So I applied, got in the place, studied that. I worked for a university doing web development in London. Then came back to West Midlands, and I was hearing a lot of bad things about web designers, and I thought, this is not very good. So I decided to start my business. It's called Wicked Spider.
Good name.
Yep, it is. There was one before that which wasn't so good, but Wicked Spider is the right one. It's turned out to be the best one. So I make websites for people, which involves doing all the nice things that looks nice and pretty. I work with copywriters if people need the text written for them or help writing it. I work with graphic designers if they need a logo made and that kind of thing. And I put it all together. I'd sometimes do some programming with that, so they can just be like brochure style websites that you point people to, or they can actually do things like sell tickets or that kind of thing. So my mission in my business is to give web designers a good name. So I work really hard at I'm never late. I've never been late delivering anything, and I've never disappeared. I hear web designers always disappear. I had a customer last week that was telling me, I had a web designer and she's disappeared, and she's got all the hosting where the website is hosted and couldn't get in touch with it. So I pride myself out. I never disappear. So you could say customer service is very good. And then I hardly ever, never talk sort of techno babble and try to outwit people, because what's the point of that? So that's where I am, Wicked Spider, running my business, helping people succeed in their online marketing.
Love it. Love it. Oh, that's great. Thanks, Tosca.
Okay.
Okay, I have another question for you. I'd like to know that if you went back in time and you were able to speak to an earlier version of yourself, how old would you be and what would you say?
I think I'd be about 27. And it was to be sort of after this judo accident, when I was thinking, okay, what do I do now? I would tell myself, don't worry, things will turn out, and they'll probably turn out better, because that's the way life is. I saw a film called The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, I think that's what it's called, phrasing it saying, if it's not all right, then it's not the end. Sort of go with the flow, something else will happen, and it will be better. So that's sort of my motto. If something doesn't go to plan, even if it's a minor thing or a big thing, I think, well, something else will happen, and you'll work it all out, because that's the way life is.
Great, great. So you just wish that you'd figured that one out a bit earlier.
Figured that one out, in my 20s. That would have
Yeah.
been good. Yeah.
I think we all wish we figured a lot of things out in our 20s.
Yeah, that's right.
Excellent, excellent. So, what's next for Tosca and Wicked Spider?
Well, on 2 levels, I've worked out, I should know this really, but it sort of dawned on me that I'm passionate about learning. Sort of me learning, but the benefits other people can get from learning as well, on lots of different levels. So I'm looking at doing a PhD in creative writing next year. I've had an eye on 2 universities and following them to see what I think, whether that's the one for me to choose. And then on the business level, I'm really enjoying sort of I get somebody and they say to me at the end, actually I thought I was just having a website made, but it's become much more than that. They say to me that they've become much clearer on their business, where the business is going, where the marketing is going, what the target audience is, and they have light bulb moments. So I want to enable more light bulb moments for small business owners.
Yeah, I bet. I can just imagine as you're sitting down with them and looking at their website, the questions you're asking them are, so who's your target audience? And they're, I don't know. I can imagine that happening.
Why have you chosen that colour? Oh, because I like it. But do your target audience like it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It seems so simple, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So how can people get in touch with you?
The website is wickedspider.com. You just go there and they can see my phone number is all on there, email address is all on there, and it's straightforward. Or Facebook, or Twitter, or LinkedIn, Instagram, but I'm not using that one so much yet. But yeah.
Yes, we've got to get to grips with all of these different tools, haven't we?
Yeah.
I noticed Gary Vaynerchuk, name dropping, was talking about using Snapchat depending on who your target audience is. He said, there's all these people from the age of about 13 to 20 using Snapchat heavily, and if that's your audience, you should be using Snapchat too.
Well, all I've done on Snapchat with one of my nieces is make one of these pictures with us wearing funny hats. That's my Snapchat thing.
Brilliant. Well, if my target audience is that way, then I'll
come to me.
Get to know Snapchat and I'll talk to you first. Oh, that's brilliant. Well, I'm sure that our paths will cross in the future, Tosca, because what with my videoing and helping people with communication in general, I hope that they'll want to put things on their website and they'll be asking you to help them do that in a really clever way. So thank you so much for talking to me today. I've really enjoyed our chat.
It's been a pleasure, Sam.
Yep, so it's Tosca Lahiri from wickedspider.com, and I'm Sam from Get Your Message Across. This was 600 Seconds with Sam.